We just jig up on the beat. Hey everybody, hey everybody. It is 10:33. I hope people are up because definitely got to talk about this. My heart has been saddened today. Okay. My heart has been saddened today by the reality of what so many people go through just in life and just watching people do so much to try to stay strong despite their reality. They feel like they can't show a weak moment because they were born off of survival. So that's all they know how to do is survive. So it's very hard for them to be vulnerable. It's very hard for them to just step back for a moment and allow people to take care of them because they can't trust other people with them, with their safety. They can't, when I say safety, I mean just making sure that they're good all the time, their mental health. They can't really lean on somebody when they're down. Everybody, they always say everybody needs somebody sometimes. I think a lot of times people, when they know you to be a strong person all the time, you are the last person that they take the time to check on, just to make sure you're okay, because they always think you got everything figured out. And if you don't got it figured out, they feel like you will eventually figure it out. So because of that, people don't take the time to check on you. Um, they don't take time to genuinely pour into you, because they so used to you pouring into everybody else. So when you need a little bit, nobody's even around to offer up a little bit because they're always so used to you surviving any obstacle. They see you overcome any obstacle that you go through in life. They see you overcome adversities. They see you just keep pushing. So when a wheel falls off the track, you look around and there's nobody there but you to put the wheel back because everybody already just expect you to be okay. Y'all, we got to stop expecting people to be okay all the time. Everybody needs somebody sometimes. Everybody has a vulnerable moment in their life, no matter how strong they are. Everybody sometimes just need just sometimes a encouraging word can change somebody's whole aspect of their day, can change you know, the whole just way that they're feeling. Sometimes just smiling at somebody sometimes can warm somebody's heart. Just choosing to be a good person, y'all. And I was just so sad today because I saw hold on, Kiki. Can I have something to drink? Go ask daddy. Take that around there. Take your iPad. Come on now. Let me do my live real quick. I was just watching Peach. I don't know if you all watch her, but I've been so sad for her since she had her baby. And I'm not gonna get too in detail. That's their marriage. It's not our business. But I just want to think. I was just watching her. That baby had her baby. She had a emergency C-section, where she told her own story. And I watched her. Um, she had her baby and she said it happened so fast. Her husband was home with the kids, so he couldn't be there doing the C-section. But when he came with expectations. And this is just in my opinion. He came with expectations for her to be all right. When a woman has a child, you should never have any expectations that she's okay. I don't care if she's had 1,000 kids out that coot knot. Every pregnancy is not the same. And this time, for the first time, she had a C-section. That baby should have been able to lay down for a minute. For once, she should have been able to be treated like a princess. She should have been able to be waited on hand and foot because every day, I mean, we see her go live every day. So we can say every day. We seeing lives, we seeing shorts. We definitely see her every day. And every day we see her going hard to make sure that her family and her husband is maintaining, to make sure that they don't lack. So for the next week or two, since she had that C-section, she should have been put first. That baby should have never once felt like nobody was handling her, mishandling her. That, and I watched it, and you try not to have opinions, even when it comes to other people's marriages, but we all are still human. And as women, we can only go by what we see. And I just looked at her and I said, she is not happy. That baby is tired. She's been up trying to move around. I watched her try to walk right after she had the baby, like the next day, trying to push through with tears in her eyes, walk up and down the hall, up and down the hall. And she had just had a cesarean. Like, they come on now. And I understand it's just because clearly it's what she's used to do. She's used to being there for her. But it did sadden me. And I understand the husband being home with the kids. Okay, you got your mama, you got your brother, let them have the kids. He should have, I just, in my opinion, he should have been there a little more. Hey, Brit, he should have been there a little more. So when she announced today that she was doing her divorce thing, all I could do is pray for Peach, that she do the best thing for her. And, everybody always say, oh, stay in your marriage. Everybody had their opinions. Y'all can't tell people to stay in a marriage that's broken in her, to her. Stop telling people to stay in marriages when they unhappy. Stop acting like marriage is the end of life. That's how y'all act. Just because you married somebody, you supposed to stay miserably married to somebody. If she ain't happy, she ain't happy. And what I respect about her is that she don't put on a persona like everything is perfect in her marriage. We all saw the things floating around about him before, but she still said, I stood by my husband. So this one time that she needed to be put first, she couldn't be put first. She just had a doggone cesarean. So if anybody got something to say about the fact that she said this time this is enough, I'm tired of feeling like I don't have help. I don't feel like I'm having support. If I got to be in survival mode 24 hours a day with a husband, I might as well be by myself. So if you don't get it, you just don't get it. It ain't for you to get. Okay? Because if a woman still has to feel like she has to be in survival mode 24 hours a day with a husband laying beside her, that's sorry as hell on his part. Because he's supposed to be her provider, her protector. This lady go hard for that family. We all see it. Like I said, she records all day long. Like this one time, she could have been put first. She could have been the one getting poured into when she's always the poorer. Like, come on, y'all. Did I just see these ignorant behind people? Don't do this with your husband. Don't do that. Her life is the internet. This is what she lived her life. She decided to bring to the internet. Stop telling people what they can and can't tell about their business. It's her business. This is how she vents. Let people get it off. If you don't feel like she should be sitting on the internet, don't speak on it. Don't get on there and tell her what she shouldn't do. Don't listen. If you feel like it's something she should be doing in the privacy of her home, don't click on it. The title already tells you what it's about to be about. You can choose to click or not to click. Let that baby go through what she going through. Then y'all on here talking about postpartum. Y'all gonna push into postpartum with all y'all stupid opinions about somebody else's marriage. Y'all can't tell her she got to be happy because she got 7 kids. She can be just as happy by herself with her babies. She don't have to have him with her because she married to him. If it ain't working no more, it ain't working. If the things that were said in the past that she decided to push through and reneged on her divorce the first time, what they say, warning comes before destruction. The warning was the first time she filed for divorce and she pulled back. If he didn't change or put the effort in to save his family or to save his wife, his marriage with his wife, oh well. Now here's the destruction. She's ready to move on. Even if she decides to renege again, it's all on her. That's her life. But sometimes you can love people so much that you forget about you. You can drown yourself in loving somebody else. People, you can literally love people to death. And that lady love her husband. She think everything about him is so perfect. Daddy this, daddy that, daddy this. That lady loved that man. So this one time, he could have been more interested. Even when she would record, you can look at him. He just looked not interested. Chin up, chest out. Be there for her like she there for your whole family. That lady shouldn't have had to get up out that bed for nothing when she came home. But to wash. Help her get water. And you should have been helping her do that. The mama was stepping in to help with the babies and the brother like that. Like, come on, y'all. Y'all got to stop. And then y'all women, I'm starting to notice that a lot. Y'all women, just because these women deciding to move on and put themselves first, it's mostly women in there being critiquing them. They wrong for leaving their husband. Shut your ass up. You probably laying beside somebody that's doing you dirty and making you unhappy. You walk around sad all day because you feel like because you married a man, that got to be your forever, that your life is over, that you can't find nobody better, that being with him adds value to who you are. That's your problem. That you don't love yourself enough to know when you deserve better or love yourself enough to know when it's okay to walk away. That's your problem. Don't try to deflect your issues off on other people. Don't try to deflect your lack of love off on other people. Yes, marriages go through things. Yes, indiscretions happen. And a lot of marriages get through it, but some just don't when they tired. How much time you supposed to invest in waiting on the person to get it right? Like that was stuff that should have been an automatic. My wife just got her stomach cut open to have a child. For me, every time a woman has a child, y'all know the saying, they say you got one foot in the grave. That's that baby's seventh child. I got 9. So I know what multiple children would do to your body, honey. We don't heal as fast as we did before. And this time, it was very traumatic for her because it was a cesarean. Like, and y'all women just get on my nerves. The ones who try to jump on there and tell her what she's supposed to do with her husband. Worry about what you're doing with your husband. Hold on to your husband. Let him drag you through the mud. Do you sit there and cry instead of getting your lick back? You sit there and let somebody mistreat you, use and abuse you. You do it. Stop trying to encourage other women to be dumb. Stop trying to encourage other women to stay with a man and make them miserable. Like y'all ridiculous. And I'm not saying she miserable. I'm just saying, just like y'all did with Brianna and all that, the women over it. Why you so they over it? So what? Even if he didn't do nothing at all wrong and she decided to wake up tomorrow and not want him no more, that is within her rights. And she owes none of us any explanations. She needs to walk away unapologetically, holding your head up. You all reserve the right to chase whatever it is in this world that makes you happy. And you don't have to explain your happiness to nobody. Those, like I said 1,000 times, those caskets don't have no bump beds, baby. When you leave this world, you leave alone. So you live the rest of your life trying to make everybody else happy and fit society in this box that society tries to put on you. You're going to live one miserable life. Like I said, and I'm not encouraging or hoping that for them. If she can, if he do whatever it is that she need and they can fix their marriage, of course, that's the most important thing. That's the first thing that we all should be rooting for the marriage to be healed, because it's not just those two in it. It's 7 headed kids. That life will be uprooted and changed as well. But the last thing that we need to do is tell her she making the wrong choice. We can't make that call. None of us sit high enough and none of us know enough. We only know what she showed when she let that doggone camera come on. I felt so bad for her today. I was trying to think it's not real. Britt, I've been feeling sorry for her since the first day. You remember the first doggone short she did? And she was so happy to see him coming in the hospital, even though she just had an emergency C-section. You could tell in Peach's face sometimes when you look at her that she ain't as happy as she's saying. She said she'll say the words out of her mouth, but you look at her face and you can see the sadness in that baby eyes. And I don't care what nobody say, but you can tell she's a woman that raised off survival. She know how to survive. She knows she don't never want to have to depend on nobody else to help her and her babies. So she know if she don't be the first, if she don't stand in the paint for them babies, nobody else is going to. Not like she will. But that's in most situations. Ain't nobody gonna go hard like mama. Everybody else play unnecessary games or they treat your children like an option instead of a priority. Most times mamas is the ones that's gonna stand in the paint like no other. So at the same time, a lot of times you could see that she's broken sometimes, but she bounced back. She go to casino. She tries to find a way to change the narrative. She tries to find the way not to allow those emotions to come to the forefront. She love that man. I've been there, so I know she's a strong woman, but she's still human, so it hurts. Amen, it hurt. Yeah, it hurt like hell. Loving a man and it does not work. Because one thing about it, when you've been married that long or you've been with somebody that long, baby, that person becomes like, Adam and Eve with the rib. Like it really feels like that. You feel like your life is incomplete because that person, not supposed to him, becomes your best friend. You allow your love for that person to consume you. And a lot of times us as women, we forget ourselves in loving a man. That in reality, even though you be with him all them years, you find out in the end that you were only an option to, when you made them a priority in your heart and in your mind, but they was moving janky the whole time. Because a lot of times men are selfish. They'll want to, and even when you put their indiscretions in front of them, they want to talk about what you did. Men can't hold themselves accountable for nothing. They always try to make it somebody else's excuse, making somebody else's problem. Instead of just standing up and standing in the pain and say, I messed up. I did this. I did it not because you did anything. I did it because I am just a horrible person. I did it because it was me. But even him telling her, like one time I heard him tell her she was lazy. She was trying to get up out the bed. I punched the phone so hard, girl, I almost hurt my own knuckles. And I ain't gonna lie, but I ain't gonna sit here and bash her husband because I don't, that ain't my place. I don't know the man, but I'm going off of what I saw since she had that baby, even with his presence around. Like he looking at her like she, it just ain't, just sometimes you can pay attention to the stuff, man, and you can see it. You look, you can tell the difference when a man is all about his wife. Like I be watching stuff even on TikToks and stuff like that, and I be looking at how these men are about their wives. Like a lot of women, man, be accepting the bare minimum from these dudes just because he, got used to his company. Like really, a lot of us women got to understand we can be 100% happy by ourselves without them. Raise your babies, invest yourself in your children, let the men go on about their business. If they can't look at you and you feel loved, or when you walk past them, you don't feel the love, man, we got to stop holding on to them. Because if we hold on to them and you don't do nothing but make yourself miserable. A lot of women hold on to these men just for the look. Even a woman like her that got 7 kids, because you feel like, I got 7 kids. And sometimes they plant these seeds in your mind on the back end that you'll never show. Who gonna want you with 7 kids? Who gonna want you? A lot of people. A lot of people. I seen his face in the short when they was leaving the hospital, and I felt the same type of way. Okay, I know I ain't the only person that picked up on it. And I was like, he gets on my nerves. When I was looking at him, I said, that man gets on my nerves. Because all you see is this woman going so hard, even put him on to some money. She didn't want to be the whole breadwinner. When I mean put her man on, she was talking about, go watch my husband, would. She makes sure she mentioned him every single time to keep him going. She didn't try to be the only breadwinner in the house. Like, it's the stuff that he should be appreciative of that he showed no appreciation for. Like, treat that woman like a queen. Like, come on, man. Act like they God's gift to earth. Man, get your girl, piss me off, Britt. Oh, piss me off, Britt. I ain't lying, y'all. And if any of y'all, if y'all in the bushes or the ones on here, if y'all not following Brittany Allen Babs, please do. She funny, child. She just like me. She keeps it real, okay? As real as possible, honey. I'm a little softer than Britt because Britt gonna give it to you raw, like rare. Okay. Yeah, Britt. Yeah, I'm just like, I'm feel so sad for her since the day she had the baby. Because when she first said, I had to keep listening, girl. When she first said she had that C-section and he wasn't there, girl, my horn stood up. But then I had to keep listening, Mika. Go back and play it. Chill out. And she was just like, it happened too fast. I was like, okay. Because I was ready then. Sick of him. Girl, because like I said, I'd be watching it. Like, and she's so comfortable. She's so comfortable with him. Just imagine the money that Peach made from, what she was saying. This lady could be living a whole different type of life. In reality, do you think she need him? No, she don't need that man. She with that man because she loved that man. Genuinely loved that man. Genuinely wanted that marriage. Genuinely wanted her children to have their father 24 hours a day. And you mean to tell me the one time that her life changed, this changed because she's not used to being dependent. So the first time she had to lean and be dependent, you couldn't be there? Bruh, please. Ain't no excuse for you. Like I said, even if she decided to stay with him, it still is what it is. We watched. You allowed us in, boo, and we saw it. So it ain't nothing you can kind of do to change it, change the narrative. But that's your marriage, and if that's enough for you, baby, that's enough for you, cause it's your marriage, and it's all about Peach and what make you happy and what keep them babies thriving. You know what I'm saying? Because I know she got one of her babies. I think he artistic allegedly. I'm gonna say allegedly because I'm not 100% sure, but I think I've heard her say that a lot of times. The one that be having the teddy bear all the time. And I think life changes like that may not be. I don't think they sometimes the babies, they don't. You know what I'm saying? They don't grasp onto it. Sometimes those type of big life changes can affect the babies. I think. From what I know my artistic cousin. I've been told that before. So, but I don't know. I just hope she do what's best for her now. Let's stop pointing to everybody else, baby. Be happy. Keep that smile genuinely. Don't force it. If you gotta force it, baby girl, make everything in your life that make you have to force a smile, you need to go ahead and let it exit stage left, baby, because you deserve happiness, Peach. With 7 kids, if you ever hear, baby, 7 kids don't take no value from you, baby. God saw you so worthy that he let you bear 7 children. That shows God values you, baby. You being fruitful and you multiply. God will never leave you nor forsake you. He definitely ain't gonna leave you alone. And there is life afterward. Okay? Life is definitely life after. I'm still lost on what caused her to have the baby early. She don't need him. That's all love. Their facts. That's all love, Britt. That's all love. And the new baby look exactly like him. I was looking at his little face today. I said, Lord, he looked just like Wood. But she said that baby changing her. And sometimes it happens. Sometimes what happens is when God show us signs, and we still stay. Sometimes, just like she was saying today, when a woman fed up, it ain't no turning her down. If a woman accept you back, she still got a little bit of something in her for you. Because when she's really fed up, she can walk past you in the street, child. I never knew you. And that's the part that they don't understand about women. They keep pushing until they have to meet that woman. And then they try to say to the world like she the worst woman in the world. But you can definitely turn love into hate. And that's for sure. Girl, that baby look just that. So I'm telling you, Brett, I seen him today. I said, Lord, he looked just like Wood. You hear me? Just like. Like Pete said, you can get the hell on now. I got she got all right. He looked just like. So that's gonna be hard too. Because every time you look at him, you're gonna think about him. Because when I say his twin, that new baby is his twin for sure. So I know every time she look at him, she gonna be like, oh, you know how we be in your head when you're mad. You just look just like your ugly ass. Y'all know how it be. But yes, Lord, he looked just like him. Every bit of him. That's how she loved him. That's how she loved. She loved that man stanky draws. You hear me? Like the old people say. It's a cold world when the woman don't care anymore. Okay, Britt? I mean cold as ice. You hear me? Cold as ice when the woman don't care no more. Okay, because when they get pissed off, we can be the most. So I'm trying to tell you something. But I'm so happy that she has her career and she focused on her babies and she loved her babies the way that she do. And like she said today, one thing I commend her on is what she said today. She still, even though she said what she said when she was like the bum that was angry, we all know, we all do it. Name calling when you're pissed off, we all do that. Ciao bye. But what she did say is because he's not a good companion does not mean he's not a good father. She did not take his care for his children away because she was angry. And I respected that. No matter how she felt about him in the moment, she did not try to take the fact that he was a good father away from him. But at the same time, at this point, it should be about her. And she has a right to feel frustrated because this one time that she's kind of dependent, she can't depend on nobody but her mama and her brother with a whole husband laying beside her every night. What woman wouldn't be solely pissed off? What woman wouldn't want to leave his behind? Like people are getting tired of that. Like it's a whole world out there. The world don't stop. People get married 3, 4, 5, 6, 50, 11 times. And I always find strength in those people like, dang, like what is it in them that allows them to just pick up at the drop of a dime and leave? I can love you, baby, but I don't even take it as nothing else other than I can love you, but I definitely ain't gonna love you more than I love me. So, baby, once you one sign that I don't like, I'm out. And girl, I be looking at women like that with that strength, and I be like, dang, because they'll pick up and leave in a heartbeat, drop of a dime, play with it. Act like you never existed. They don't care how many years they been with you. They can move on. That's the strength, okay? That is the strength that a lot of women lack. The ability to get on through and know that it's life after that man. That man is not the end of you. Your life can go on without they behind. And that's a lot of people like Peach that make men think. Um, and not saying that in a bad way. I'm just saying using that as an example. Women like Peach that love their men dirty draws. And he be feeling like he want to put all, have all the babies and make her try to feel like it ain't no life after him. Who gonna want? Listen, some women live the rest of their life after they get out of marriage just single, honey, playing the field. They be fine without having that aggravation. It be child by a lot of them don't even want to get back in relationships. They be like, I done been, they done that. I don't got time for that. Ain't nobody else tying me down no more. and they still have an awesome life without a man. Like, that's not the end all. I don't know where that come from, but a lot of men will try to put that in your head like it ain't no life after them. That's a lie. That is a lie. Sometimes you got to go through a lot of Mr. Wrongs before you find Mr. Right, and vice versa. Sometimes you got to go through a lot of Miss Wrongs before you find Miss Right. Life goes on. You can't allow another person to consume so much of you that you forget about you. And a lot of women do that a lot of times. You plant yourself in your kids, you plant yourself in your husband. And when you look back as the kids grow up and start leaving and the husband start acting up, you look back at yourself, and sometimes you have that urge to leave, but then you look back at yourself and you have really done nothing for you. You've given many years and many tears, and uh, you filled up everybody else's cup around you. You look around at everybody around you that you helped make happy. But then you look at yourself and you down inside. You haven't done one thing good for yourself that you can stand on. If you decided to change your life, leave your marriage, and your kids grown and gone, and finally put you first. You don't even know where to start. Because during your time of life, when you had the little kids and the husband and all that, it was all about them. And you didn't even take a minute out of your day to invest in you. I mean, spiritually, emotionally, financially, everything. You didn't give yourself nothing. You gave it all away. Don't live your whole life giving it all away, because you will find yourself one day sitting there with nothing. And a lot of times, the sad part about it is what you'll find is the people that you've given everything away to don't have a drop to give you back. Well, I ain't gonna say don't have it, they have it, but they won't give you a drop back. Love you first, amen. You only this thing called life, man. It don't come with a manual. And one thing about it, we only get one try at this thing, man. You only get one try. You don't get do-overs. And a lot of times, like I said, when they say love is blind, it is. Sometimes you can know the truth, but you love your spouse so much that you don't want to see the truth. So you bypass the truth, or you try to block the truth out just to keep them around because you're comfortable. A lot of times people don't even be in love no more with each other. They just be comfortable. They scared of change. So they stay way too long. Only because they're afraid to start over alone. They're afraid of what alone could bring. But a lot of times, being alone is exactly what you need to find yourself. Because then, when the time in alone, when you're alone, there's not so much clutter. You ain't got to worry about how he feel. You don't got to worry about him walking around whining all the time. You don't got to worry about trying to pour into him. You don't got to worry about him acting, like a baby all the time, or you can't wear this, you can't do. You ain't got to worry about all that extra noise. It's just you. So now you have to find what makes you happy. Cause see, if the man that you ain't focusing on that too, trying to pour into you and make you happy, you're not with the right man. But a lot of times people start off young, so they start off young, and like I said, they get comfortable. It's the only life they know. And a lot of times people stay for the kids. A lot of marriages these days ain't even built off love. A lot of them built off stability. A lot of them built off of I want to keep this illusion for the world because we always, the world feels so perfect, or it's built off I'm staying for the kids. Everything else but love. You see what I'm saying? And people will actually live their lives out just for that image when there's no love. People will stay together even when the love is gone. And and that's crazy, but a lot of people do it because they comfortable. They comfortable. They you know leaving a marriage is a big life change, and a lot of people just not. They don't believe in themselves enough to take that leap. I just stay here and be miserable. You walk around every day, can't stand each other, walking past each other, trying to trip each other up, arguing with each other. You know what I'm saying? Sitting there hoping the other one don't even come home, don't make it home. Just sick of it. It can be that bad sometimes. Why not just leave? The children will understand. Don't stay where you don't feel wanted. And a lot of times, women stay and they really don't feel wanted, but they feel obligated. They feel obligated to stay because they don't want to be the one. And a lot of times, people just stay waiting for the other to leave because they don't want it to be their fault that the marriage broke up. They don't want to have to explain to the kids that they are the ones who made the decision to break the marriage up. So they just sit there miserable with each other because nobody wants to take the first step to happiness. They all just sit there and stay married and together forever, being tied by only obligation. No love, no type of fire in the marriage, no even real light for each other. Just obligation. Just obligation. So I commend any woman that's able to stand up, and man that's willing to stand up and just say, listen, we can be friends or whatever, but this marriage thing ain't working no more. I want more for myself. I deserve more for myself, and I love you enough to let you go. Or just stand up and be like, I can't be the man that you need. Hey, Dwayne, I love you enough to let you go find happiness, wherever that may be, and vice versa. Instead of trying to selfishly hold on to somebody that you don't want no more. You don't want her or him, but you don't want nobody else to have them. That's the most selfish thing that I see people do every doggone day. Let that person go and find their happiness with your selfish behind. You can't be with that person once. You ain't gonna do nothing but have a person that lay beside you every day and they hate you because they know that they deserve better. But see, a lot of times, like I said, they've already programmed her. They've poured nothing but negativity into them. Nobody ain't gonna want you. You got all these kids. Nobody ain't gonna want you. You done got old. Nobody ain't the heck they say. I bet you somebody else will. I mean, if that's what you desire in your life, I mean, it's possible. Like I said, but some people are 100% happy alone. Hey, Dwayne. Some people are 100% happy alone, baby. Trust. I know many of them. And they wouldn't get in a relationship. You couldn't pay them to get in another relationship with somebody. They don't even want their space invaded like that no more. Baby, not at all. They don't even want their space invaded. And I always say, I said same thing about my marriage. If it don't work, child, by never again in life will I have nobody up in my face like that. Never. Okay? When I say ever, never, ever, ever, ever. Jesus himself would have to come sitting beside me and say, you gotta marry me. Cause I would never. You hear me? I never. Mm-mm. It's just when you really just understand the just of what it is, just sharing. Sometimes you just be sharing so much with somebody that's so selfish and self-centered. And then they get on my nerves talking about this old 50-50 thing. Okay, so men want women now to go 50-50. You go out into the work field, go 50-50, give you sex when you want, take care of the kids, clean the house, um, pick up your dirty clothes off the floor, put the toilet seat down, and all you doing, all men bringing is the other 50% and some Dino. That math ain't mathing. That math is not mathing. Everybody want to talk about the women from back in the day, the women they was. Let's talk about the men from back in the day. Them men maintained their houses. They didn't ask their women for 50% or to meet them halfway. You can't uphold your 100% as a man. Stop expecting her to hold up her 100% as a woman. She tired. You know why? Because she working too. You ain't bringing up but two things to the table: 50% and some Dino every now and then. Why she's supposed to bring everything else? I don't know what this. Sometimes this new generation of men think they is. Get the hell on. That's why a lot of women do better without them. Because these ain't the granddaddies that we knew. These men got so much doggone expectation and want so much, want everything to be given while they give nothing. Or they give the bare minimum. Child, bye. Get on through. That's why them women, a lot of women single and very, very happy, honey. They can do without the drama. All this want. I want you to do that. I want you to do that. Boy, go ahead. For real. Doggone woman just had a doggone C-section and you was sitting there and tell her what kind of strength she's supposed to have. Tell me when the last time you had a cesarean. When the last time you even pushed the baby out that you could tell a woman how she's supposed to feel after giving birth? Like, stay in your lane. I don't care if she say her pinky toe hurt. You can't say it don't. Every pregnancy is. Sorry, y'all. That was like that. Yeah, it's just like stop. Like a lot of women, we lose ourselves in these men, y'all. And I'm like I say, and then you find yourself older and you've lived your whole life. A lot of women don't even keep up with themselves no more. They lose all they far as their outer appearance, they don't care. Because a lot of times the things that you want to put on to make you feel pretty, the first thing that you got to hear your insecure significant other, why you putting that on? Who are you trying to impress? You got to hear all that every time you go get yourself together. Instead of him saying, "Oh, baby, you beautiful. Oh, baby, yeah, you need to do this more." He worrying about who else gonna see you. But it's the same woman that you told there ain't nobody else gonna want her after you. Evidently, you know what you said was a lie, but she just don't know it. That's why us women got to feel the way that we feel about ourselves. We don't need no man to validate how we feel about ourselves. We don't need no man to pour into yourself. You feel beautiful even on your worst days. With your hair all over your head, you still beautiful. Y'all don't need no man to validate y'all. None of us do. Take your power back as a woman. Even if you're in a marriage, you still an individual. Like I said, them caskets don't have no bump beds. When God call you, he not gonna call you and your husband. He gonna call you by your doggone self. Whoever go first. And you live your whole life worrying about a man. What happened? Oh, this lady named Peach on here. She's just going through the growing pains, going through life obstacles, going through marital stuff. But I just been, it was just crazy that it came out because since she had her baby, I've been watching her. Well, I've always watched her, but I've been watching her more because and I've been feeling off. Just feeling like, dang, like where's the care for this baby? Like, where is anybody this one time, y'all? This one time, put her first. This one time, don't let her have a care in the world. This one time, don't make her be up cooking no babies, no pancakes. This one time, let the baby lay down and rest. She's mentally, physically exhausted. She got a baby in the NICU, so that's the mental exhaustion. That's where it's coming from. She can't have her baby in her arms 24 hours a day. Any real mother, that will mentally affect you. Outside of that, her body, she just went through a traumatic experience with an emergency C-section. Like, come on. Like, just one time, bro. Put her first, bro. Why is that so hard? Why does she have to beg for that? Why does she have to beg for something that should be a given? That should have been given to that baby with no questions asked. No, I meant when your sound went out, but it was Kiki. Oh, yeah, that was Lele calling the phone, and she just walked out of here. Like, why would you call my phone? And you know I'm on live. You just walked out of here because I was on live. You go in the living room and call me off the phone. Y'all, these children, I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you. I be telling them all the time. I'm going to take me and Kiki and we out. The rest of them can stay behind. Because, baby, sometimes, baby, now I see why people be saying, sometimes you just need a breather. Sometimes you just need a breather, honey. Them teenagers, you think it get easy as they get older. That's a lie. It get worse. Because now they can talk too much. Now they can ask you every time they see you get $1, they want 50 cents. Get on my, ooh, baby, I love them though. I wouldn't change it for the world, but I'm just saying, baby, it is a job. Being a parent is a job. The last thing that you need is to have a spouse or a man or a woman around that ain't pouring anything in you when you're churning already sucking all the energy out your baby. Because them babies raising children, like I said, even when you think it get easier, once they grow older, but it don't. You get more worried. Now you got more things to worry about when they get older. You got to worry about the things that they go through daily, even as teenagers. So as a parent that's concerned or that's into their children, you're already mentally drained raising children. You don't need no spouse that's draining you too. Hell, before you know, you be around here looking like a skeleton while everybody else big and healthy off draining everything out of you. Everybody else look plumped and fed, but you around here shrinking up because they just sucking you dry like vultures. Husband sucking you dry, kids sucking you dry, job sucking you dry, life in general sucking you dry. And every time you get a little bit of energy, there goes somebody needs you to give it to them. Somebody needs you to pour it into them. And what you do? You pour it into them because it's who you are. It's just, ooh, that thing hurt. But I was so happy for her today. Whatever she decides to do, whatever Peach decides to do, I pray that God got her heart. I did comment on things here. I pray that God got your heart in your footsteps, baby. Do you unapologetically. Whatever it is that you need to do for you and the babies, you do it. You do it. And make no apologies for it. Don't feel bad about it, because if Peach don't put herself first, nobody else will. Whatever she decide to do, even if she decide to stay with him, sometimes you can, you stay with him, but you can turn into a whole nother woman. Okay? And the next person that walk out might be him, because she'd be so strong, baby. Because once you know your self-worth, you ain't gonna never go back to that weak person. Once you really realize your worth, a woman that knows her self-worth is a dangerous woman to a narcissistic man. You hear me? Because it's nothing that you can dish out that she ain't ready to take. It's nothing that you can dish out that she can't handle. And she started making you feel as little as you've made her feel when she was blinded by your love. Now she see how mediocre your love is, how much it really adds nothing to who she is. It adds nothing to the growth of her. It adds nothing to her soul. It does nothing to flourish her. You're just here. And like I said, it's I'm telling you, I'm just so happy for her. Whatever she decided to do, I know it's a hard time, and I pray she do not fall into PP. I really hope she doesn't, because this is a lot to have emergency C-section, worrying about your baby, now also worrying about your marriage. This is a lot. So, everybody under the sound of my voice, if you're a praying person, please pray for Peach. Pray for her. Pray for her children. Pray for her sanity. Pray that God heals her body. Pray that God provide her with the strength that she needs to endure. Pray that God provide, don't let her make any moves off emotions, that wherever she's going, wherever God's going to lead her, that it's going to be into a happier place than she is today. And that's all that we can do. Pray for her. That God lead her to happiness. That God leads her to a place of flourishing, a place of just better and no lack at all. Because Lord knows she don't deserve. This, like I said, they did the same thing to Brianna when she decided to leave the other guy. What his name is, LaTruth. Stop telling women to stop leaving their husband. Shut your ass up. You can't tell nobody what they want and need in their life. Stop. Like, even if they the worst husband, they decide to stay, bro, that's their marriage. Y'all be telling people when they decide to leave, they leave. And so what? It's their choice. Who are y'all to tell somebody to stay with somebody? Dang. I don't care if they was looked at as happy every day they was on here. If he or she woke up one day and decided they ain't want it no more, that's their right. Like, you can't tell nobody to stay where they don't want to be. Who y'all think y'all is? Like, people be overstepping. Like, you can't tell nobody, oh, you should stay with your wife or you should stay with your husband. You should shut the heck up. Stay with yours. Shoot. Worry about you. Long as you and yours happy, do that. If you can't give an unbiased, if you want to, discuss it because it's something that's real, it was put on the internet and it's real. And there's so many people that go through it and so many women that stay. You know what I'm saying? If you want to have a conversation, have an unbiased conversation, but you can't tell nobody that they wrong for leaving. How you know? You act like we with them people 24 hours a day. We're not with them people 24 hours a day. We only know what she put out or what he put out. Who really puts out every bad thing in their life? This was really one of the first times in a long time I even heard her mention the infidelities that was surfacing on the internet, surfacing on the internet all that long time ago. She said, even after that, I tried. So if she really ends it this time, she's done enough. She done a lot more than a lot of people would have done to hold on to a marriage. She did a lot. She did enough. And like I said, that's all we can do. The best thing that we can offer that family is prayer in this moment. That if they do decide that, that God makes them the best them that they can be for each other. That they no longer make whatever either one is lacking. Because we haven't heard his, what he said or whatever. What, may be making him act like that, or he just like that. Some people are just like that. Some people don't even have a reason for being the way they is. They just like that. He could just be one of them dudes that's just like that. You know what I'm saying? Or it could be something, that he feel or whatever he ever come out. But that's why I say the best thing in this point is not to take sides. The best thing to do is send prayers to the family, send prayers for those precious babies that life are about to change. And that's it. But definitely I'm praying more for her because that baby need to heal. A cesarean, baby, an emergency one at that mean they moved fast. So I pray for her to be able to just settle down and heal. Settle down, give it to God, baby. Leave it there, Peach. Give it to God. He'll work it out. Give it to him wholeheartedly with a clear mind, baby. Not with emotions, not with reading people comments on the internet. Pour out your heart to God, baby. Cry, scream, holler. Give it to him, baby, and leave it there. I pray that tomorrow when you wake up, you are refreshed. You are renewed. Okay? And that anything that you do is going to be with a clear mind. Lay your burdens down, Peach. Please. Because, baby, as strong as you think you are, one thing about the body, warning comes before destruction, baby girl. And it's a cesarean, ain't nothing to play with. Either you going to sit down, baby, or your body going to sit you down. That's 100. And those babies need your strength. Those baby need you to be on up and up. So if the people around you willing to help you with the babies, let them help you with the baby's Peach. And, get yourself together, boo. Take the time to rest. I know you want to go see your baby. Go up there and go to sleep. Because I even heard her say that she could have stayed another day in the hospital, but he wanted her to leave. Like, bro, because you ain't want to be home with the children? Like, that's selfish. That's the only thing I can assume, in my opinion. She didn't say that, but why? Let her stay the extra day in the hospital to come home to 6 doggone churn. I know she missed her babies too. FaceTime me. You could have let that lady get that extra day of rest. Hey, Miss Loving Me, Tracy Anderson. Like, you could have let her get the extra day of rest. What, you made her go home? Like, ugh. No, calm down, Mika. That's her husband. Chill out. You don't know him for real. I have to talk to myself sometimes. Y'all don't, because I, I just be relax, relate, release. Relax, relate, release. Let me go in my Whitney vibe. Whitney off a different world. Relax, relate, release. Relax, relate, release. I gotta relax, relate, release. Okay? Cause come on, bruh. Let the lady stay in the hospital. Even if she stayed a week, let her be a full-time dad for a week. God dang. Whew. And I ain't gonna say he don't do his part with the babies because she do be at the casino and stuff, but he be with her a lot of times too. So I don't know if they have a nanny or what be happening at that time. It ain't our business because they don't show it when they be at the casinos. So I don't know who be capping the babies, but But baby, just this one time. I don't care what happened all the other times. This one time, she needed to be put first. This one time, she had a right for it to be all about her. She deserved that this one time. Regardless of what happened any other time, Peach deserved this to be all about her. She deserved it. It ain't no way around it. She deserved for this time to be all about her. Like people gotta get people be so self-consumed in their own self that they act like they can't even find a place in them to put somebody else before them. In a marriage, it's two people that become one. That means it shouldn't be hard to put your partner, even in a weakened state. You should be their strength in their time of weakness. They shouldn't feel like they still have to be strong in their time of weakness with a doggone spouse. Man, please. And like she said, if I gotta be everything to myself, what I need a husband for? She ain't said just like that, but that's what she said. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying allegedly. That's my words, got dog on it. Shoot. That's what she said. She said that without saying it. She said it in so many words, but she said it nice. If I gotta be everything to me, I need to be by myself. What I need you for? Shoot. What I mean, Finn, that's real. What are you really, what are you really doing here? Shoot. I just love to see it, honey. These women is empowered, starting to empower themselves, baby. These women are walking away. Okay. More power to them. More power to them. More power to them. Either they gonna step up and love them right, or these women walking away. You gonna love me right, baby, or you gonna find yourself not loving me tonight at all. You ain't gonna see me no more. Moving on. Leaving you a thing of the past. When you thought you hadn't got comfortable and you thought you was controlling something, you thought I was dumb enough to believe what you said to me about how nobody else would want you with the children and all that. You thought planting all those sour seeds, you thought I was allowing those things to manifest and grow. Wasn't. Just waiting on the right time to leave you high and dry. Get your boy. She gave me a waiting to exhale moment. Get your and get out. Y'all see Peach put all that stuff in that doggone truck. You ain't spending some thousand truck that I paid with with cash money. Get the H on. Get it and go. Baby, she hit the lick. She took the jury to the jury shop. Run me my money for this jury. Now, Ninja, go. I said, okay, now this is waiting to exhale, baby. She was waiting to exhale, honey. Saw you was live. I had to check in just to see what was on your mind. Always love to hear you. Hey, Miss Helen. Yeah, it's just, I'm telling you, I love that for her. And that's what happened. Yeah, yep, I seen it all. Yeah, Miss Tracy, she put hey, okay, just had a C-section. I bet you she ratted up enough strength. That's a fed up woman, baby. To get all his stuff, put it in this truck. You in this truck. Get on. She better be. I thought she was gonna throw a match. Oh, I thought I was really about to see it waiting to exhale money. Moment. I was gonna be like, don't do it, Pete. Don't set the truck on fire. Don't set the truck on fire. Child. She was waiting to exhale. Shoot, that's she put all the stuff in there. I had to exhale. There you go. But yeah, my prayers to her, my prayers to her and the babies, because like I said, it's a change. And I don't know, like I said, we don't know if it ever happened before, if they ever broke up before or whatever. I don't know what her life is, but it's just that the way that I see that she loves him kind of scares me a little bit for her. And I know she's a very emotional person because Peach will cry in a minute, okay? So I know she's a very emotional person. I just pray that her mother and her brother and her stepdad and or if that's her real dad, I'm not sure. But I thought she said it was a stepdad, but that they're all there just around her, holding her, keeping her uplifted, and just around her. And just because that a lot of times when you have that family support, when you're going through something like this, it'll keep you on the right track of leaving. But sometimes when you find yourself, you get lonely. You get lonely, and then unfortunately you start moving off emotion and you go back to the same man that broke you. That happens a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, marriages have indiscretions. A lot of people don't leave the first time. Shoot, a lot of us stay, you know. But when at some point everybody just get fed up, and it is what it is. At this point, if this is at the time that she feel like she fed up, that's all right. She don't want to make it work no more, nor does she has to. But like I said, emotions can change like the weather. Tomorrow she can feel different. The day after she can feel different. However she decide to feel, it's her marriage. It's her right. Whatever she decide to do is what she decide to do. You know. But I just hope that she just sit back and take a minute to just talk to God and listen to His response and let Him. Because one thing about God, when you listen to His words, and you do what He tell you to do, He'll provide everything else. He'll never take you where His grace and mercy won't follow you. So if He take you to that place of leaving, understand where you're going when you leave is already made for you. It's already, you don't have to go there and worry about lack. He's already provided for you. He just waiting for you to listen and walk into what He has for you. And a lot of times being in love is one of the biggest blessing blockers. Because sometimes you're in love with the wrong person. You're in love with the person that you want for you, but you're not in love with the person that God has for you. See, sometimes we pick our own, and it's just not who God got for us. So you don't understand when things get sour. You don't understand when the marriage don't work. You don't understand because you've done everything right, but that's not who God ordained for you. So you just got to pick up the pieces of the life and the situations that you've actually built for yourself. And now sit down and wait on God. And sometimes that's the hardest thing for a lot of us to do, to sit our behinds down and wait on God. You be so antsy. Oh, he's so fine. He's so this, he's so that. Then you find yourself wrapped up, pregnant, end up married. You find yourself wrapped up. You got wrapped up so fast because you moved off of everything but all the right things. The things that you should have been looking for, you didn't. You went for this man because of the superficial things. You never saw him in all 4 seasons. He was just fine. Or he had money. You know what I'm saying? But in reality, he wasn't even really nothing. Without that superficial stuff that you look, when you snatch all that away, you look and he's like, oh, dang, I played myself. Now you got him home and he can't keep his hands to himself. He can't keep his wiener in his pants. He can't stop trying to mentally tear you down, make you feel like you the reason why everything go wrong in his life. Instead of accepting the responsibility for the things that he lacked, the things he didn't do for himself. You now everybody around here responsible for his shortcomings but him. Because now the only thing you did was give him somebody to blame. Because you willing to take the blame because you love him so much, you willing to where everybody crosses. Instead of trying to mend your own trauma, your own pain. Because again, you've allowed everybody around you to consume you but you. You look around and you've taken care of everybody else but you. You are nowhere on the list. So like I said, everybody on the sound of my voice, if you can, just pray for Peach and her family. That wherever God leads her, she'll listen, she'll go, and she'll just let him take the wheel on this one. Because I just think she's real emotional. And I'm not saying that she don't know what she's feeling. She definitely know what she's feeling. But sometimes anger can make you make quick decisions. And I'm still not saying the decision that she made ain't the right one. Because like I said, even from outside looking in, it looked, from what I saw, I was pissed. And don't know the man from a can of paint. Just watching what she was recording the last couple of days, which I feel like she was kind of crying out a little bit then, when she was actually trying to show us what she was going through with him. Since she had the baby. So of course, all of us that's real women, or even got mothers that laid in that same spot before, yes, we're pissed. We're pissed for her. But like I said, either way it feels, it's her life and not ours. But I just want everybody to pray for strength for her and those babies. Pray that God, like I said before, give her the strength to endure. The road she's going down is long. It's going to be a lot of hurdles. It's going to be a lot of pain. There's going to be a lot of wanting to backtrack. It's going to be a lot of just feeling uncomfortable because you're walking into a different life that she wasn't used to. And a life without a husband, if that's what she continues to decide to do. But, I just pray that God got her. got a mind. Lift her up when she's weak. Um, give her the strength. And that's all, y'all. That's it. I'm really sad for her, y'all. I don't know if y'all can hear it in my voice. Like it really, I'm sad for her. I really am. I'm really, really down for her. Like I'm sad for her. I had to watch a woman just have a C-section. I'm down for her. Like I'm very down, like just watching her. And just the fact that just watching her force a smile. And when she was crying in the car today, when she was like, when a woman fed up, the way she was just trying to wipe those tears as they was coming, you could just tell that was the alpha female in her trying to fight it, trying to fight it. I can't cry. Chin up, chest out. Chin up, chest out. That's what she was saying in her mind. Wiping those tears, trying to wipe them fast, wipe them fast, wipe them fast, trying to make up a joke. Baby, no, you hurt. Baby, cry. Your life is changing, Peach. Cry, baby. You reserve that right to cry. Y'all, let me get my crybaby stuff off here, honey. I'm getting emotional for her. Y'all, it's crazy. Y'all, I just really be, my love for people is just so, people I don't even know, but, it's just be, because all of us sometimes go through that kind of stuff on the back end. And to see somebody else, to kind of see sometimes things that you've seen and stuff, you see that stuff come to fruition in somebody else's life and it's put in your face, and you just see stuff like, and you watch this woman, even though none of us know us personally, we watch how she grind, we watch how she move. Peach has been a lot of inspirations for a lot of women to get on social media and try to be content creators, to open up your family, just to be real raw and uncut, you know. Yeah, I'm sad for her. But yeah, may y'all today be better than yesterday. May your tomorrow be better than today. Know that every day God blows that breath in your body, you're one step closer to your season. Don't fumble yourself worrying about the world. And again, prayers out for Peach and her family. And I'm out.